Hi. Okay, so for science and social studies this week, we talked about technology and science. It was so much fun. I wish you could have been here because Mrs. Hausler has these robot things that she brought in. One of them is from 1984, and that was the year I was born. So the robot is at least 36 years old, if not 37, if it came out before I was born. Isn't that crazy? Um, so we have these robots here that are like showing us what to do. But the handout that they gave for us with the technology is kind of boring, honestly. You can do this part, and here's this. So if you want to draw a telephone that people might be using in the future, because I mean, even here, look. I don't even know if you've ever saw a telephone like this before, but my first cell phone looked just like this. My parents had a phone like this in their house, and I know my grandma had a phone like this. It was a red one just like that in her house. So read this, talk about technology. You can do the back, and then we did some other cool things. Here's this a maze that we did, which was pretty fun. We did some mazes. And then this is the project I want you to do. So you're going to take a piece of paper, and I'll provide the paper for you and the straws and the string. You're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to trace your hands. Then you are going to glue the straws down to make some joints. Okay, so you're going to have to come back to this video probably to take a look. So first, what I would do if I were you, I would glue down this and let it dry. Then there's some string, and it's really easy. The string goes through pretty easy. So then you're going to do string, and look, like a robot, we have these hands that pull down. Isn't that cool? Watch. Doo-doo. The kids really like it. So we have these displayed. I can wave to you like goodbye. So what I want you to do is I want you to cut the string, and I want you to do that. And then if you want to send me, instead of turning this back in so it doesn't get damaged, if you want to just send me a Marco Polo or a video your dad could text it to me showing me you made this, these are worth 20 points because I want them done. Because I want you to think about it. This is it's what's called STEM, which is a science and technology activity. So I'm going to give you 5 straws. I'm going to give you 5 strings, and I'm going to give you a piece of paper, and you're going to trace your hand, and you're going to cut the straws to make it so that it bends, and then you can glue it down, okay? That is your science STEM activity. You might need a little bit. You might want to come back to this video and see that you cut to here, cut to here, cut to here, and then you'll need some tape and glue, okay? If you don't have either of those items, just have your mom message me, and I can put some out for you so you can complete it by the end of, by the end of next week or whatever, okay? So hand activity. And then talking about technology and science. Technology is really cool. We use it every single day. I mean, our refrigerator, our flipping up our light switch. I mean, on my phone, I was listening to a podcast, which is a technology thing. I was listening to that before I started doing these videos. I like to watch television at night. I bet you do too sometimes. I like to plug in my diffuser and have essential oils flowing in the air because it makes me feel calm. Okay, so then the other thing we're going to talk about is communities, and these are really special. You're going to make a little book, but I wanted to show you first. So we're talking about there are different kinds of communities. The first kind of community right here is an urban community. Urban is where people live there in a big bunch of cities. There's a lot of people in urban places. New York is an urban place. Dallas is a very urban place. Let's see. Los Angeles. I don't know if you've ever been to California, but in Los Angeles, oh my goodness, there's so many people. So like these larger cities, San Antonio is probably pretty urban. Those are places where there's a lot of really tight, close places, people living in a lot of places. The next place that is suburban, and that's more like where you and I both live. You live in New Braunfels, I live in Seguin. They're both very suburban communities. There's neighborhoods and close. And Seguin honestly is close to suburban, and then it's also a little bit rural. And rural is when it's mostly open spaces and farms. So like Seguin is sort of on the border between suburban and rural, sort of depending on where you are in the city. But I want you to know those terms, suburban, urban, and rural, okay? And then you're going to make a book, and what you're going to do is you're going to take this paper right here, and you're going to fold it in half, And then you're only going to cut these dotted lines here. So then you have this one right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go like this and you're going to put it in here. And then I want you to staple these together. So then on this side right here, did I do it backwards? Oh shoot. So what actually you're gonna have to cut this and then we're gonna have to staple it. And then this one will flip up. So then here, what you'll do is you'll cut here and then you'll set them on top and staple them together and then you'll snip here, okay? And then often called fewer places people drive there, you need to put them underneath urban, suburban, and rural so you have your little bookie. And that is how I'm gonna give you your social size grade because this paper, you don't need to return this paper to me because it doesn't have anything on it. So you're going to use this to get your urban, suburban, and rural grade, okay? So that is your science. That is your social studies for this week. I will have all of the supplies you need for your robot hand in your folder. And I hope that you enjoy the technology one as much as I do. I really just love it. It's so much fun. Alrighty, I'll talk to you soon.